All right, let me see now. I'm ready. Number Gimel.
Okay. Hine. Vihine terem beroi. So we're discussing right now the idea. The Rav said he's going to give us a little hakdama into he's going to talk about the four acharayim of Abba Ve'ima, and he's going to give a hakdama by explaining to us the concept of panim panim and ach ba'ach.
Okay.
So, Vini terem beroi lekim ha'adam al haaretz, before Hashem created man on the world. Haya koach b'chitzanim linoik mi shefa mehakdusha. The outer or outside forces or something, the chitzanim, they had the ability to get their koach from the kedusha beside the adam ayin laved es adama, because there was no, the pasuk says that there was no person to work the ground. So ve'echad me'avdos adama, one of the ideas of working the ground is kisuach v'kitzot tzakaitzim me'akarim, is cleaning it, keeping it clean and neat, and cutting out the thorns from the vineyard. Asher lazet tzarech mitzvahs ma'asiyos, which is the entire purpose, or that's what we need, mitzvahs ma'asiyos. So when there was no one to do those mitzvahs ma'asiyos, no people to do those mitzvahs ma'asiyos, so then the chitzonim were getting their koach from the kedusha. Aval kasher netzlu zer v'nok, after adayin lo nivra adam harishon hatachtain, when zer v'nok was created, before the Adam Harishon in the world was created.
I think you skipped something. You didn't start with Hine, did you?
I did.
Okay, so can you start again? I'm sorry then.
Sure. V'hine terem b'roya lekim adam al haaretz.
Well, I have different words. I have Hine hatikon hashalom shel kol habriya. That's what I have. Am I in the wrong place?
Maybe I'm in the wrong place. 1 second, hold on.
Well, the first part of what you said was okay. It sounds like we have a different svarm.
I don't know. What page are you in?
I'm on page Kuf Kaf Bet.
Oh, sorry. I was just reading the top. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was just reading just the top part.
You can do whatever you want. Just let me know what you're doing. That's all. You want to read the top part?
I'm reading just the text at the top of the page.
Okay.
I'm not reading any of the tiv.
Okay. So where does that bring you? Alval? We're on the word aval. Where are we?
Yeah, no, I'm going to start from Hine Atikon Hashalim. That's what we're up to.
Oh, okay, you're going to do the tiv. Okay, got it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Hine Atikon Hashalim shall call Habriya ubishah sheyamdu ze'er v'nok panim v'panim. The complete or the perfect tikun of the whole bria of the creation is when ze'er v'nok are panim v'panim. Even to ba'otzei shah v'chines ha'ach shalahem omid b'giloi. When they stand panim v'panim, the ach stands. It's revealed. It's open. Nimtza sheshuv yesh yicheles b'idei achitzonim linoik mehem. So then the chitzonim, the outside, could kind of connect with them and take from them. The way to fix that is to pull out the thorns from the vineyard. To pull them out and destroy them completely, so that they should not be able to, take anything from the ach of zer v'nok. This can only happen, the way you rip out the thorns from the vineyard is through mitzvahs ma'asiyos that a person does in this world. Meaning not like you can't do this up on top in the heavens. You got to do this here, and you got to do it with mitzvahs ma'asiyos, which are, I guess, action mitzvahs.
Okay.
After the worlds were created, including even this world, nobody was around to pull out the thorns. Before man was created, It was before man was created. Because that's one of the jobs of working the land. The klipos were connected with the tzad of kedusha.
Yeah.
Daled.
So I was thinking, I'm trying to think of what is this metaphor really about. So, what is it really about?
What do you mean?
Well, the first thing is, what does chitzonius mean, right? Or chitzonim? That's a hard word. So we understand that. Okay, so chitzonim goes along with the klipa. Okay, I just want to point it out. That's all. We'll try to see if there's a bigger picture.
My idea of chitzonim at this point was more related to the shvira that we've been talking about until now.
How is that?
Well, we said that the shvira generated like these kind of broken the pieces that died permanently, that were irreparable. From there, the klipas, that's where the klipas came from. I thought that was chitzonim. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Okay, it's fine. So we'll try to see what we could do with that thought. I'll think about it.
Daled. I'm going to read the dark text and then the tiv.
Okay.
When Zer v'Nuk were created, before the Adam Harishon down here was created, so Zer v'Nuk, they came out, or they were their positioning was ach ba'ach, was facing back to back, because they were afraid of being attacked by the chitzonim. They didn't want the chitzonim, I shouldn't say attack, they didn't want to give off anything to the chitzonim. If they would be facing face to face, then the klipas would have a place to connect on the back and get from there. Because the klipas cannot receive, they can't connect from the panim. So they have to connect back to back, so that the chitzonim should not be able to come in there and get anything. The tiv says like this: Before,
so they really do pronounce it hakali.
Hakali?
Yeah, they abbreviate it. Go ahead.
So before Adam Rishon was created, who again his job was to rip out and destroy the kali from the kerem, from the vineyard. They have to stand back to back, even meaning only their faces are facing outward. But then when they face back to back, there's a problem. When they stand back to back, so then they prevent the kali from accessing the acharayim. There's no worry that the kali would connect with their face. The kali do not have the ability to connect with the face, because the pasuk says which means they can't see the face. It sounds like there's a great light that emanates from the face of Zer v'Nuk, and therefore it prevents the kali from getting close. Adam Rishon was created through the yichud of ach ba'ach. Again, they were standing that way because of the pachad, the fear of the chitzonim.
Right. So I think that chitzonim means false ideas, falseness. Whereas we say the panim is so purely true, and that the acharayim is like part of the truth, but it's really exposed to something which is outside of it, which you said, like the Shavira, everything fell into Bria, like that. So it's falseness, because people believe false ideas. They're very strong. Okay, let's go on.
Okay, I'm going to write it down.
Well, think about that. You think about it. the more Kabbalah that I learn, the more I realize that there's lots of different ways to look at this, and a lot of things are intentionally not specified so carefully. Maybe like that, like a Hitsonium. We don't really want to get into the Hitsoniums.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. V'kasher nivru ha'adam harishayin v'asa mitzvahs ma'asiyos. When Adam Rishon was created and he did the actionable mitzvahs, hechziram panim b'panim. He returned the zervanuk to face that they were face to face. But there was no fear from. How come sometimes it says kali and sometimes it says klipos?
You could just. My people always said kali.
Okay.
But we understand that it means klipos. And understand it means klipos. It's not a holy name, but I guess that's the custom that I saw. Like right. I say, there could be a jillion other customs, but I have a limited background here, so that's what I heard. That's what I know.
And that's what I'll say. Then again, when after Adam Rishon was created and had the ability, so the mitzvahs ma'asiyos are like these tools to be able to rip out the thorns and the kali from the vineyard and to prevent them from getting any access even to the ARI, even to the ach. So when after Adam was created, they weren't worried about being panim b'panim because then Adam Rishon would take care of that problem. He already dug the azak and he uprooted the sakel and he pulled the stones out, the kares, and he cut down hakaitzim and akarem. Sounds like the moment Adam Rishon was born, he had already done all this work, or the moment he was created, I should say. So I'm reading now in the light text of the Hay. Kasher niver Adam Rishon v'hiskal l'kayim mitzvos. When Adam Rishon was created and he started doing mitzvahs, like Deizeh nichrastu kol haklipos min hakarem. All the klipas were cut off from the vineyard. V'yichlu hazer v'nok lamay.
Let's pronounce it zun.
Okay. V'yachlu hazun lamay panim b'panim. The zun were able to be face to face. Ve'ein hakavana she'Adam Rishon atzmai hichzer hazer hazun panim b'panim. It's not that Adam Rishon himself turned them to be face to face. El shezchus ma'asav ha'tovim was in the merit of his good actions. Zeh garam sheyichrusu hakaitzim v'lo ha'chashash sheyinku hachitzainim min ha'cherayim. There was no thought that there was no worry that the chitzainim would connect to the ach of zun. It was all good. Okay, sounds nice. Vav. When the zun were in the opposite way, there was only one back to both of them. Okay, the kaisel echad levad mafsik bein shneim, with one wall that was dividing between the two of them, between the zervanuk. I mean those two parts. Ushnehem mishtamshim bekaisel echad. They're both using one wall. Chetziyai leza v'chetziyai lenuk. Half of it was za and half of it was nuk. The kasher Adam hechziram panim b'panim. When Adam, again, we're saying that Adam himself didn't do this, but Adam through his ma'asim hatovim, in the merit of them, they turned around. Aydei mitzvahs u'ma'asim tovim oz nigmar. Then it was completed. V'nishlam ach echad shalom lozeh. The ach echad shalom lozeh. They each got their own ach. V'yachlim lachzar panim b'panim, and they could turn around. Interesting, meaning it was almost impossible for them to turn around because they were sharing in the same ach.
Right.
Hasiba, okay, so I'm going to read the light text above to explain this a bit more. Hasiba lazeh, shachitzaidim yonkim in ha'ach. The chitzaidim, right, we said, get their sustenance from ach. Umachmas shebechas hachet, Rachman al-Atzlan, at the time of the chet, neifel chatzi uve deifen ha'ach shel hadchar, v'chein chatzi uve deifen ha'ach shel hanok. What is he referring to here when he says the chet? He means the sin of Adam Rishon?
He just made a general situation is that, Adam Rishon does something wrong, But it could refers to us as well, because Adam and Rishon is really inside of us as well. So that's...
He's saying all of it, all chay, not specifically like eating it from the tzadas.
Yeah. He's talking about a slightly different... that's not the subject. The subject is what happens when there's a chet.
Got it. So whenever there's a chet in general, half of the thickness of the wall of the zachar, and half of the wall of the nekeva or the nook.
Yeah.
Then it becomes thin, meaning it seems like if you strip away half of a wall, one half of it, then you only have half of it left, which is a very thin wall. The kivan shenifchas hakli, when the kli breaks, meaning I guess by this stripping away of the wall through
it doesn't. He didn't say breaks. He says it pachus. It becomes lessened.
Okay.
This is not the same thing exactly. Let's see what he has a lesson here. He wants to see. Let's see if we can understand it. So now the kli has lost a lot of its... Okay, let's see how it goes, its strength.
Okay. The chisanim or the kali are closer to the light. And there's the chisanim have the ability to get from there, to get from the light. Their desire is to connect with the shefa or the light that's inside of zun. That's the reason why they have to stand back to back or achba'ach. The kivan sheyesh chatzi kaisel l'tchar v'chatzi defen l'nuk nimtza sheba'amdam achba'ach nasa mibein shneim kaisel echad shalem. That between the two of them, you connect these two half walls, and they become one whole wall. Through the learning Torah and mitzvahs that a person does, a person is able to get the outer half, the half of the chura. I'm sorry, and the zachar gets half of the missing piece of his wall. ונמצא שלתחר ולנוק יש שני כיסל שלם בכל אחד מהם, ואין החיצונים יכולים לינוק מהם, ואז זון יכולים לעמוד פנים בפנים. So meaning it sounds like one of the, I guess, problems, or one of the part of the inability to stand panim b'panim is because they're missing half of the wall. Each one is missing half the wall, and only by standing together could they make up the whole wall.
Yeah.
And by our learning and our actions, we can, I don't know if it's like rebuilding that wall or getting back that wall. I don't exactly know how that works.
Okay. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to this story.
Okay. Patam hadavar, and the reason behind the matter, ki adam hatachlein ayidei ma'isa gerim zivug elyon. Okay, I guess he's going to explain how that wall gets rebuilt.
Right, that's right.
When the Adam HaTachton, that's like human beings, through their actions, they create a zivug ha'elyon, a connection or a shidduch of up above. The yardim tipin iloin lamata, and drops come down from above to below. Shein bechinas mochin de za, which are... These drops are the mochin of Zah. Okay. Beheim, page here. Beheim bechinas chasadim u'gvuros asher heim ikar hatipa kanayda. And they are two aspects. They're chasadim and gvuros, which are the main drop. I have no idea what he means here.
Okay, so he mentioned the drop, right? He says as a result of Ma'asim Tovim and getting to a certain area, you actually can cause a yichud to take place up above. So the yichud that takes place up above brings down these drops. Now the nature of the drops are that the mochin are chochma, bina, and das. Those are the names of the Mochim. We pronounce it Chabad. So
Okay.
the Chabad, the third part of the Chabad is Das. Das has two parts to it, called Chasadim de Das and Gevurot de Das. And that's what he's starting to talk about now. Because those are actually, the Das is really the part that really builds up Zachar V'Nuk. And so where the Chasadim go to the Zachar, the Gevuros go to the Nuk. So don't fight with your wife, she's going to be stronger than you are. So that's my of years of. Anyway, okay, so that's what it is. Let's read some more. That's basically what it is. There's going to be three powers called Malchim that'll come down. Now you remember that we learned about Asmab, Avsag, Ma'u, Ben, right?
Right.
That's the name of the Malchim. So the Malchim surround the Pashut. So the Pashut is Yud Ke Vav Ke. It's surrounded by Malchim. The Malchim are the Asmab. So if you see it in the Rishash, for example, I'm starting to learn the Rishash a little bit now. So you might want to listen to it, but it's really, really deep stuff.
It's online?
Yeah, it is on my I'm doing it every day. So it's online at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel.
Okay.
If you wanted to see it, just to get an idea of what it looks like, because it's also pictorial. So anyway, the Chasad and the Das is really what builds up the tree of Zachar V'Nuk. And so that's what he said. So let's see what he said. Maybe explain it out a little bit better for us.
Right. Okay. So I'm reading the light text.
Right.
Al Yidei Limud HaTorah V'Masim Tovim Shel Bnei Adam Ba'ilum Hazeh HaTachton, when through learning and good actions, I'm guessing that means like mitzvahs, of people in this world, they cause like a connection up above, shemagia ad rum kol hamalis, which reaches into the highest of places. Kikachu seder shekol olam ma'er sheyasa zivug ba'olam shalamal mimenu. Each world causes that, I guess, through the actions of what takes place there, cause that up above there should be a zivug.
Right.
In the world above it.
Right.
Through in this world, when mitzvahs and ma'asim tovim, they cause that the world above it should have a zivug. So basically, it triggers this. It triggers a reaction that keeps going up higher and higher and higher.
Right.
So it causes that a reaction takes place in the highest of places. And from as a result of that zivug, something is released. Shefa comes down from that super high place. The Yotze me Abba ve'ima Shefa hanikra tibon ilain, and then it comes out from Abba and Ima a shefa called drops, special.
Well, understand that this is the same thing as the yichud that men and women have in this world.
Right. Well, this is the spiritual version of that.
The spiritual or the non-physical part is a template for what happens in the physicality. So basically, it's the same thing, except that it's not physical.
Right.
Okay, that
makes sense. How do you translate the words tipin ilain?
Upper drops.
Upper drops.
So the whole thing about intercourse between males and females has to do with das, the ability to actually be stimulated at a very high level and bring that shefa down to the place to the yesod. So that's all what this is starting to hint at. There's lots more about this to be said, but you're getting he teaches a basic word, tipi niloyin. That is what's the right word? The semen. The semen has an origin. It's if you read in Chassidus that it's the same color as the spinal fluid, is the same color as the brain. So it's coming all the way down through that, and that's the tipa that we're talking about. What is it tipa? Tipa means of the kernel of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu. Some way. It's coming from a very high place.
Got it. 1 second. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Okay. Vizeh Hashefa Nishba Lazun. Okay, so these tipin come down from Abba Ve'ima, and they come into Zun. Sheim Lamato Mikol Partsupim, which are below the Partsupim. Kikol parts of Breitzalah Shpiela parts of Shalamato of Mimenu. So each parts of, I guess, the meaning I guess it's like the inverse of what happened in the beginning. What happens in the beginning is somebody does what the Tiv said was like Torah or Meisim Tovim. That causes a zivug elyon. That causes some kind of, that action triggers something above it and something above it, something higher and higher and higher.
Right.
V'shefa zeh nasa meichin b'roish zah, and the shefa has nasa meichin b'roish zah.
Oh, well, he's introducing the concept of moching again, which I said is the asmab. Is
Right.
it so? Apparently, do we talk about cold sum at all? I mean, in the shir on the Rashash, I have these drawings that are these pictures that I'm drawing in about how things how things are clothed inside of each other. The basic thing, the basic point is called an or, a light. That light is surrounded by mochin. Here he mentioned the word mochin. In other words, it's
Right.
wrapped in it. And those mochin are wrapped in something called a tselem, which is a little more complicated. That tselem is wrapped in a lavush, and all of these elements are inside of a kli. So it has a little thickness to it. So he called parts of rotza the hashpiel parts of shalamat b'menu, because once it gets into the kli is the bottom level, and that kli wants to be mashpia to what's below it. So just on the side, what actually it's about is hismatos of the light. So in other words, you need light, but the light that's actually contained in the Roma Ma'alos is the concept of, don't touch the mountain, you're going to disappear, because there's nothing there. It's not physical. So it has to be made physical through this cascading effect of going down into a kli, the levushim, and all this. It becomes more and more physical, and until ultimately it winds up in us.
Got it. Okay. V'hamechin halalu habayim lezah. I guess these when he says mechin, he means the tipin.
He means the tipim, and just what I was trying to explain, it's called narantchi, the way we pronounce it, narantchi. So there's also another pronunciation, it's called narnachi, I've heard from the Israelis.
Okay.
So these are the lights. The lights themselves, they're all going to come in the mochin. The lights are inside of the mochin. And so in the Ivroim, and they're all going to come into Zer Anpin. It's like a caravan of light covered by light, covered by light, covered by light.
Okay. And hein klulim, these mechin or these tipin and these lights, hein klulim mi chasadim ugurais. They have within them both chasadim and gurais. And he explains ki abba noisin chasadim ve'ima noisenes gurais, because the abba gives chasadim and the woman gives gurais, and I guess we get from both of them because there was a yichud. So they were connected together, and they each one gave its piece. That is what the tipa is.
That's it.
The chasadim build the side of zachar, and the gurais build the side of nekeva of zah. Meaning the shefa splits again.
Okay.
Is that what he's saying happens?
So, I mean, what's your understanding of that? He says, ki abba noisen chasadim. So the question is a chasadim are inside of das? So in a triangular formation, the das that we're thinking about is below chochma and bina. So you have it like a triangle, chochma, bina, das. That's your Lubavitch. What they call it Chabad. We pronounce it Chabad. But at any rate, there is a yichud that takes place, and the result of the yichud, there is, because the yichud is between a male and a female, it winds up in das. So the das has a quality of the male and the female in it. So the male is the Chasadim and the female is the Gevuros. I think
Got
that,
it.
yeah.
Okay, can we stop over here?
Fine, that's fine. You did great. You're doing great. This is, you really should do it to number test, but if you want, you could stop here.
I just don't have time.
No problem. I'm happy to be able
Okay.
to learn with you. All the best.
Thank you so much. By the way, I wanted to tell you, there's you know who Ezra Levy is?
No.
Ezra Roth, I mean.
Ezra Roth, yeah. Sure, I do.
I don't know if he mentioned this to you, but he told me that there's one of his Rabbeim is coming in to Boca at the end of the week, and he's going to be doing like I think he said it's called a Tikkun Pidyon Shevavim at his house.
Well, that's a big thing with Kabbalists. I don't know anything about it. I'm a Baal Tshuva. I learned with Ashkenaz for many years. Ashkenaz don't get involved in this, but you're Hasidish, but the Hasidim do.
I think the rabbi that's doing it is Ashkenaz, but he's apparently a big Kabbalist, and you might.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he's doing it, and like you can come, like people
Right.
can come and watch. If you want to come, you're definitely like invited. You probably would understand it better than I do.
I don't know about that. At any rate, yeah, this is Shovavim now. It has to do with the parshios that we're going through right now, including
Right.
Mishpatim. I know. Yeah, I don't know much about it really. I'd have to come and listen to the. When is it? You don't know. You do know?
I think it's Friday at Chatzos. At his house.
Noon Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind.
I can send you a text message with exactly like the details, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, all the best.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.